DC Comics announces the cancellation of Tom Taylor's woke Superman Son of Kal-El series. Oh boy, I've been waiting for this day. Thank you guys so much for joining me, by the way, and welcome to all those who are joining me for yet another GNRO MiniCast. We actually did fairly well with the last one, so I think we're gonna make this a regular thing, and that'll actually be beneficial because sometimes I just can't make like 2 or 3 hours work for a podcast on a Friday night. So these mini casts allow me to cover the stories that you guys care about and that you guys submit to me, as well as that I care about, and that we can actually go over them, dissect them, and I can give my opinions on them. So without further ado, let's actually start doing just that. So this is actually coming to us from our buddies over at Bounding Into Comics. I'm very happy about that. And also we have the author of the article is John Delarose. I love it when John Delarose takes on a comic issue. It's great. So without further ado, let's do it. DC Comics announced at New York Comic Con that Superman Son of Kal-El will end in December with its 18th issue. It'll turn 18, and then unfortunately there will be no more. The series only lasted a year and a half after being mired with controversy as writer Tom Taylor used the comic to push extreme left-wing political stories on several occasions. Although the series is best known for turning the new Superman, John Kent, gay, Taylor also pushed storylines where the woke hero fought against climate change, rescued undocumented migrants, and even wore a facial mask to virtue signal over COVID-19 protocols. Yes, this is that Superman. So this Superman is the one that is getting canceled, and rightfully so. Nobody wanted it. Nobody's been interested in it, and all of the comic fans that they claim are all horrible racist bigots are the ones that have been supporting DC Comics for many years, and they decided, fuck that shit, I'm gonna walk off, and I'm not gonna buy this, and oh yeah, by the way, all the people supporting this aren't paying a dime to be able to do so. So it's so great when you can talk all that talk, but you can't walk it, now can you? So I love the fact that this is basically what Superman is right now. This is the school strike for climate. Oh yeah, that worked out so well, and you can even see, oh, there's an Aquaman in there too. That's great. Yeah, this is DC Comics now, everybody. Do you want to know why they're doing horribly and why they continue to have layoffs? Online response to Taylor's run has been rife with criticism. Gabe Eltabe, I think I'm saying that right, a former Superman Son of Kal-El colorist, who parted ways with DC Comics in protest of the publisher's current political agenda, took to social media to address the cancellation of Taylor's woke Superman run. And this is the tweet right here. I actually saw this. 1 year ago, I stood on principle and left DC Comics for their America-hating book by SJW narcissist Tom Taylor. I win. And damn right you do! So with that, L-Tabe has since moved on to working on books like Eric July's ESOM #1. I think I'm saying that right. Good for you, man, because you made more than 3.7 million in sales. Good on you, man. Here, he is also the colorist on Allegiance Arts' Bass Reeves, a historical Western story about a real U.S. Marshal who inspired the character of the Lone Ranger. And yeah, here's the art for it. I will just say, like, just given if that's the cover for it, I think I'd actually pick up a few pages. I'm not a big Western guy, but that actually looks pretty dang good. So I'd probably pick that up. While the ending of the series is a bellwether of how poorly sales appear to be going for Superman Son of Kal-El's book, DC Comics, unfortunately, has not learned their lesson in forcing politics into the Superman line. Because of course they haven't. They never will. And unfortunately, they won't learn until they actually go broke. Which, I mean, that should be happening very soon. So good luck with that, DC. I mean, at any point, you can turn that around. And you can admit that you've done wrong, and I'm sure that the fans might give you a chance. Oh wait, you probably burned way too many bridges there now, haven't you? I guess we'll be moving on to another major comic company. Or, maybe like in the case of Eric July, we'll just support the indie creators instead. As announced this past weekend, DC Comics also revealed that Tom Taylor will be returning in Adventures of Superman, John Kent, which is expected to start in January 2023, because of course they gave Tom Taylor another shot. And oh yeah, by the way, it's Black Superman. Yay! That's exactly what the DC Comics fans want, isn't it? Oh wait, it's the non-comic fans that actually want it. The ones that say they're comic book fans, but then the next big trend will come their way and they'll totally hop on that train afterwards. Kind of like that Ta-Nehisi Coates movie. I'm pretty sure Ta-Nehisi Coates, as soon as that's done, he'll hop on the next trend. He won't ever want to do Black Superman ever again. The publisher remains committed to pushing their LGBTQ version of Superman in spite of poor sales that would have suggested otherwise. With the announcement of a reboot, it appears as if DC Comics is attempting to use speculators to force a sales bump with the all-new #1 issue. While such marketing gimmicks have worked in the past, usually title reboots are done when there are changes in the creative team or the character itself. With Adventures of Superman John Kent, it appears the editorial doesn't want to admit the book's abysmal sales in hopes they can make it continue through gimmicky, artificial sales tactics. Because that upper right corner DC Pride worked out so well for you. It's done so well for you, DC, so much so that you've had waves of layoffs over the last couple of weeks. I wonder why. Oh well, Adventures of Superman is only being billed as a 6-issue miniseries, so it is possible the publisher may be trying to give Tom Taylor one last shot before shelving the character. Still opting to relabel the arc as a new miniseries this far into a run, no less, is a strange move for DC. I agree with John Delarose on that. I think they are basically giving him that one shot, but it actually does make me wonder. I have no problem asking this. Is it fully funded? Because I would also bet that if it's David Zaslav, who he's in charge of the merger right now, if he's been behind all the DC stuff, which I believe he's said that he is, I can guarantee you a third of it, if not half, has been paid for. He's going to see how well it does. And if Tom Taylor can't do it this time around, he's out on his ass. And frankly, he should be out on his ass. That may sound mean of me to say, but well, I'm being reminded of so many creators out there, either on Twitter or on Reddit or wherever they are, who have constantly berated the fans in hopes that that would force them to buy their book and then shove their agenda down their throats. Except it hasn't, has it? And that actually kind of goes in line with my opinion here, because frankly, I've dealt with so many people online, on Twitter and Facebook and other places, that have basically made the argument to me that apathy doesn't change anything. If you choose not to buy a product, it still is gonna get bought. Okay, fair enough. But here's my argument, or my counter argument to that. Ask G4 how they're doing right now, because they basically burned the bridges with the fans, so much so that in the last few weeks, or even probably a month at this point, they've had waves of layoffs. They let go of Frost, the one who actually lost them all the fans, and then they also let go of Adam Sessler. And I'm pretty sure Sessler burned any bridges that he probably could have had with the amount of money that he wasted from Comcast. So ask them how well that's going. Oh, I've got a better one that you can ask. How about DC Comics themselves? Because they're doing so bad, they're having to lay people off left and right. And I think about a week ago, DC basically announced that they're going to outsource their properties in order to get them in the hands of other creators that might treat them better. Oops! So at that point, I don't think DC is going to do very well, and I think they're going to actually start talking to some of these people that go, you know what, if you don't like what I'm doing with this book, don't buy the book. They instead will go, you know what, we already know that this isn't going to sell. Get the fuck out of here. And frankly, they should. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, money is the lifeblood of those companies. And if they aren't making it, then they aren't surviving. So I look forward to hearing when David Zaslav finally gives Tom Taylor that very much needed boot. I think it won't be lasting very long. He'll probably go get a job over at Woke Hollywood, but it will still be a satisfying day, just like today is with the banishment or the cancellation of Woke Superman. I'm very happy that Jonathan Kent's series is officially done just in time to turn 18. So sorry, pedos, you don't get to enjoy this anywhere. But that's going to go ahead and do it for this story. Thank you guys so much for watching. First of all, we are on Rumble right here and now, and then eventually we will join over on YouTube. If you have an opinion on this that you would like to convey, go ahead and do so in the comments down below. I will try and get to them as soon as I can, but just keep in mind that if you have an opinion that goes against me, you are not entitled to a reply. I will get to you if I can. If not, too bad. And I will probably have another story coming up very soon, so you guys can look forward to that. Until then, take care.